So DJ Akademiks spoke about the situation involving PNB Rock and his girlfriend at the Waffle Shop, where PNB Rock was unfortunately robbed and then killed right after. And he was talking about the fact that PNB Rock's girlfriend took a picture of where they were at, basically literally dropping their location on Instagram and possibly inadvertently, accidentally causing the robbery.
Now, I ain't saying it's her fault, but this is the problem here. Instagram has fucked the whole game up. These chicks, if they go on a date, they want to show it. They all want to show that they're getting cars, bags, hella money. They're not thinking, yo, somebody's watching y'all to be like, oh, okay, I could line this nigga. You think that nigga want to go sit in fucking Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle with hella chains on dripped out? But no, his bitch is on his head. Come on. What's wrong with you? You scary? Now she challenging your fucking ego. Let me tell you this about women. They never catch the vibe. Their vibe is, on a date with Bay. Click.
Now, in the video, he explains the fact that when you are with a certain person, this applies to both men and women, but usually this is a female to male dynamic, right? Where the female is dating a man of higher status and she wants to show off the fact that she's with him. And she's willing to risk the safety of herself and her man to accomplish that. Now, here's the thing. We have this issue of what is and what should be that we've been arguing about back and forth ever since this incident. It should be that black artists should be able to go wherever it is they please, take a picture, say, this is where I'm at, y'all, and nothing happens to them. It should be that way. But unfortunately, it ain't that way. It can't be done that way. When you are a rapper, specifically a black rapper that wears jewelry, big jewelry, bust down chains, bust down watches, rings, you cannot drop your location. That's not an option for you. It's not something you can do. It's not an option for you. This is something that people do not want to accept. This is the current state of the culture. Rappers cannot drop their location, wear certain kinds of jewelry, eat at certain restaurants. This is part of moving correctly. Your girl cannot be posting pictures on the internet, basically giving away your location. It's not feasible. It's not acceptable. It's not conducive to surviving as a high profile figure in an area like Los Angeles. And what we have to talk about is the fact that when a lot of chicks date these high value guys, high status men, they want to post it. They want to put the fact that they're out with this guy out to the whole world on the internet. That can't be done. A lot of chicks just don't have their head in the game. And a lot of y'all dudes who are up there need to start understanding that you can't move with certain chicks. She more concerned with making sure everybody sees what she's posting than your safety and her safety. And PNB Rock spoke about this with Akademiks in person about the fact that his girlfriend wasn't peeping game and understanding the reality of the situations.
Girl, like, no, we ain't, what's wrong? Like, I'm just going off of the vibes. Like, we out.
Is she peeping the energy? Because
she ain't
you on
peeping.
point.
Yeah, she ain't peeping. She was thinking I'm tripping.
About women sometimes.
She be thinking I'm tripping. So, in the mix of all this, I'm like, no, we out. So she peeped it. I'm serious. She's like, no, we out. We drive probably like 2 blocks in the street. She thinking this shit a game. She pulled over somewhere else. Like, oh, I wanted to go to this store right here. And then in the mix of me, like telling her like where to park at, it's like somebody just came fast as shit and took the parking spot, like the same spot that we. Yeah. I'm like, dude, they must have been following me or something, bro. How the fuck this car get behind me this fast? Like I ain't even look. I look back and that shit was there quick as shit.
Ultimately, we got the fact that ladies oftentimes just don't know and don't care about how nasty things can get at the spur of the moment when dealing with a high status man. At the same time, though, let's talk about us as black men. Why are we making the lives of black men, black women, and black children a living hell over a fucking bust-down chain? A bust-down chain. Make this make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. You go in the Waffle House, you go in the Waffle Shop, put a gun up to another man's face, demanding his bust-down chain, a worthless piece of junk. That's exactly what these rap chains are. Worthless. What the rapper paid for that chain is by no means what that chain is now worth. That thing is fucking worthless. You put a gun up to his face, demanding a worthless piece of rock. When he says, not giving it to you, you pull the trigger and kill him. You've taken a person's father away from them. You've taken a person's boyfriend away from them, fiance, whatever their relationship might have been. You have ruined the lives of multiple people over a fucking chain, and you've ruined your own life as well. All for what? We don't want to talk about the fact that the black community will not take accountability. We're the only race that forces our own race of people to check in to a certain city. And when they don't check in, we try and rob them and kill them. We're the only race that will see someone else of our own kind doing good, riding around in a SRT, riding around in a Corvette, riding around with a chain, riding around with some rings and some watches. And the first thing we want to do is, let me take some shit from him. Let me rob him. Let me kill him. Let me take his shit. We look at our own people like prey. And as consequence, our own people, we look at one another as a threat. Because we never know what nigga is trying to play the street nigga. We don't know what nigga is trying to play the gangster. We don't know what nigga is trying to play the role of a predator. We don't know who. So as a result, we don't even trust each other. We can't trust each other because of shit like this. You run in the restaurant and kill this nigga over a bust down chain and watch. Really? Really? This is what you're killing for. This is what you are killing for. And this is the problem with the black community. And nobody wants to take accountability. And yet you wonder why the first thing a lot of black folk do when they get money is put the fucking pedal to the metal and get the fuck out of the community and take the fuck off. They don't want to stick around. We can't even agree as a community on whether there is a culture problem, a crime culture problem. We can't even agree on that, despite the fact that our crime rate is insanely high. We kill one another at a higher rate than every other race kills each other. White people are safer around one another than we are around each other. Asians are safer around each other than we are around each other. Hispanics are safer around their own race than we are around our own race. We all know it's true. We just don't want to admit it on the internet, but we all know the truth. We make life for one another an absolute living hell for no other reason than just because. And people are going to hop on the internet and say, niggas is starving, niggas is hungry. If you want to make it, you have to get a functioning job. It's not even an argument. The money you're going to make off of this bullshit bust down chain is nothing. You're not going to feed yourself for the next 6 months off that. You're not. How many more PNB rocks can you possibly kill per year to feed yourself for the whole year? How many? Since people want to use the they hungry, they starving argument, how many PNB rocks can you rob in a year to feed yourself off of stolen, bust down jewelry? It's already worthless because it's bust down and custom made. Now you got to sell it to somebody who's willing to fence a stolen piece of jewelry acquired in a murder committed on camera. How much is that worth? How much is that even worth? Nothing. Zilch. Zero. Nada. But this is a culture that we've created, and nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to dance around it. I understand the fact that PNB Rock's girl should have moved better. I understand the fact that PNB Rock's girl her head wasn't in the game. Her head wasn't in the game. She didn't really understand the gravity of posting that location. A lot of chicks don't get it. They're more caught up in flexing on the gram and showing everybody that they're with PNB Rock and I'm eating these waffles with this famous rapper. I'm dating this famous rapper. I'm with him. I understand why people are upset with her. But at the end of the day, we got to talk about what should be, not just what is. I understand that what is the current fact that our culture and our community is unbelievably dangerous and destructive. But we also got to talk about what should be. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like this. Why are we making our own race of people check into cities? Why are we robbing one another at gunpoint and killing one another over absolutely nothing, but allowing other races of people to walk free? Y'all will sit there and kill black folk before you kill Asians, white, Hispanic. You will subject your own race to the worst treatment possible before you even look at another group of people's direction. I'm talking to these dudes that want to be tough and want to shoot and rape and murder and kill over fucking nothing. Over nothing. Over absolutely nothing. This culture is disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I realize that black men are willing to crash out over anything. Over anything. Let's talk about what should be. We're the only group of people that do this. As black men, we cannot become financially and socially successful and live around our own people. We got to pack our shit, find the city furthest away from our own people, find the suburb furthest away from our own people, and go down there. Lil Durk in Atlanta, you want to know where he was at? He wasn't in Atlanta. When Lil Durk came to Atlanta, he wasn't in Atlanta. He was up north. Up north, out the way. It would take him like an hour to get downtown where him and Vaughn was at. Nah, bro, them niggas weren't accessible. They were out the way. They weren't living around black folk. No. Because they know what's up. They know what's up. This is what we do to each other. We do each other so bad that when we make money, the first thing we do is flee. First thing we do is put the car in drive and get the fuck out. That's what we do. And we don't want to acknowledge or talk about this. We don't want to go in depth about this. But this is the current state of the culture. This is what we do. Young black man can't even go outside with his chain and his baby mother and eat some fucking waffles. Can't even do that. Do y'all understand what this means as we continue down this path as a culture? Black America ain't gonna last long in this country, bro. I'm telling you, we're not gonna last. We're not gonna last with this kind of path we're going down, this cultural path. This ain't gonna last. I'm just saying it. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna be the first to say it. This ain't gonna last long. So we got to figure out what it is we're gonna do. Because we can make excuses all day about white supremacy and oppression and this and that. But at the end of the day, this man took another man's life over a worthless bust down fucking chain, killed him in front of his own baby mother and in front of all these innocent people at a waffle shop. You can't make this up. You couldn't make it up. But this is what we do. And you got people in the comment section saying, but as black men, we got to stop killing each other. And there's always that one black person in the comment section. How you know the nigga was black? How you know the nigga that shot PNB Rock was black? You fucking know he's black. Like, why are y'all this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The people in the community that don't want to listen to reason. How y'all know the nigga that killed PNB Rock was black? You think a white man is pulling up on PNB Rock to take his chain? Is that what you believe? You believe that Asians are pulling up on PNB Rock for a fucking bust down chain? Do you believe they're stupid enough to rob and kill somebody over a worthless item? You think that the only community that believes in dumb shit like that is us. You think the Hispanics are doing that? You got a 1 in 10 chance of that. White and Asian, 0 out of 10. You're wasting your money on a bet like that. Hispanics, you're working on a 1 out of 10 chance. Them niggas ain't studying no PNB Rock. You know who killed PNB Rock. You know. It sickens me. And this is why I say the black community, bro, is getting to the point where I genuinely believe that there's a segment of us that just cannot make it. There's a segment of the community that's just, it can't make it. Because you got people like, how you know the person that killed PNB Rock was black, though? How you know that, though? Really? That's what you want to do. That's the conversation you want to have. You want to debate whether the person who killed PNB Rock was black when you know full and goddamn well black people are the only community crazy enough to believe that killing one another over bust down chains makes sense on an economic level. You really want to argue that? Really? And this is what I'm talking about. We could go on and on and on about this man's girlfriend all day long, but the reality of the situation is you don't have to have your location dropped for these niggas to try to rob you and kill you. You don't. All it takes is for the wrong person to see you. And this is the problem with the black community. We cannibalize our own successful people. And then you wonder why our own people get all this money and laugh at the idea of reinvesting in the community. They had to survive us, not live with us. Man, our most successful people survive the black community. They don't thrive. They don't live. They survive it. That's what it means to be black in America. The first enemy you have to survive, the first antagonistic force you have to survive as a young black man in America is your own people. Then you have to deal with them white folks. Then you got to deal with them Asians. Then you got to deal with them Hispanics. The first line of antagonistic adversarial behavior you got to deal with as a young black man in America is your own people, and that's a fact. And the PNB Rock situation is a prime example of that. He can't even go and eat at a waffle shop with his baby mama without dying. That's what I'm talking about. The first enemy you got to deal with as a young black man in America is your own people, and we don't want to talk about it. As black men, we are our own worst enemy. We exterminate ourselves like no other. How can black lives matter if they don't matter to us? How? I see people going on and on about black wealth, black this, black that. How? How can this be like? How can y'all expect the black community to even function if we're gonna rationalize killing one another? How can we expect this to function if we got dudes who are out here robbing and killing over worthless items? How? Genuinely, how? I want to know. This is why I say the culture is disgusting. This is why I say the culture is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. It's filth. It's garbage. It's just disgusting, dog. Killing a man over a fucking chain. At the end of the day, PNB Rock's girlfriend is not responsible for his death. Should she have been moving correctly? Should she have understood the fact that posting that was bullshit and retarded and stupid, and that putting that location out could have endangered their safety like it did before? Of course you should have understood that. But the reality of the situation is, females gonna move how they gonna move. As a man, you gotta be able to understand that sometimes, bro, you can't be with a chick. She wanna post everything all the time. Sure, you gotta go. Yeah, we got a kid together. It don't matter. You not moving right. Your head ain't in the right space. You gonna get me killed. You gotta go. PNB Rock shouldn't even have just stopped at banning her Instagram. He should have just removed her from his life. You post too much. You gonna get me caught up. But there's also the fact that black men who become successful are disproportionately subject to being violently killed by their own people over nothing. We got two issues here. Which takes more precedence? I think PNB Rock's girlfriend posting their location is a lot less important than the fact that someone was willing to grab a gun, go into the store, point a gun at his face over a fucking chain and kill him over it. I think that one's worse. I don't know about y'all though. I don't know about y'all. Y'all might disagree with me, but I think that one's worse. Ultimately, man, this is disgusting. Filthy, disgusting. I understand people's frustration with PNB Rock girlfriend. At the end of the day, no other race has to deal with this but us. This shit has to stop. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.